Good evening and welcome to Scrapping on Fly. This is Kristen and I am back with some more Star Wars Galaxy's Edge layout shares. And if you couldn't tell, I have been using some mixed media today, and so you will see those on these pages. So, the first page I have to share is my family actually in the Millennium Falcon and in our positions as pilots and gunners. There's also two, I think it's engineers is what the title is. We were never, neither of the four of us were ever in that job. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So the pilots are driving the ship, and then the gunners are shooting all the bad guys. So they've just got like little buttons. So while we were doing that, I was taking pictures of all the sights and stuff. So there's my husband and my daughter and my son and me. And you can see the guy behind me. He's probably like, what the heck is this lady doing? So the layout is all on black paper, and I took my handy dandy stencil that I created on my Cricut, and I used it so that I could get that the stars in the background. Okay, so I created this on my Cricut, and I just used nice cardstock. Of course, this has been through the ringer, and I've used it a lot, and the ink is starting to finally bleed through. So I'll have to make myself another one soon when the paper starts coming off. And just use a color that I don't really use, and lay it down and spray my inks in my little box. And so I was hoping that this would be more red, because this is actually fired brick, and it is more red than it looks. It's just because it's on this black paper, because this is the same color on this off-white paper, and so it is more of a red color. So but I wanted to use the paper, and so I went ahead and I did try and respray to see if it would help. It didn't. It just made it more pink, and that's fine. We're okay with pink. So there was just a lot of red in the ship. Lots of the buttons turned red, lots of red lights came on. So I went ahead and matted mine and my daughter's picture in red, because there was a lot of red in our pictures anyway. And then matted my son and my husband on this off-white that I had done a stencil print or a stencil lift off of. So once I sprayed this, I laid this down on top of the stencil to pick up all the extra ink, because I certainly do not want to waste any of the ink. On my son, his part actually is I sprayed it through the stencil because I wanted to see if it would get like really red, and it does. See how lovely that is? And I can use this for another picture mat or to tuck somewhere. The Dream Big is from Keller's Creation, which is acidfree.com. I just popped it up on some foam. It's not foam squares. I buy this at the dollar store, and I love it. And it comes in 3 different widths, and I love how much I can use that. And it's only $1. You get all 3 of them in one package. So I popped that up on there. The Dark Side and Don't Mess with the Princess came from my 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Reminisce, which is Space Wars. And then Rule the Galaxy came from this. This is actually from Sandy Lion. It is not acid free and lignin free. At least it does not say that it is. So I try really hard not to put it directly on a sticker or on a picture. And then these little scraps, which is literally what it is. It's scraps, and I try and use at least a couple of these on every layout. This is my bag of scraps from my Echo Park 6x6 and some of my Echo Park papers. There's some other papers in there too, but I am trying to use up as much of the scraps as I can. This is also from Echo Park scrap, and then this is from the Cricut paper, Star Wars Cricut paper. Just says Star Wars all over it. And then this, I wrote Falcon Squad as our title. And then Falcon is just from one of the plethora of alphas that I have acquired over the years. I mean, I have an entire crop binder full of alphas, and I've pulled a ton out that I'm trying to use so they get on a page and they're not unsticky. So these are still sticky. And then I use the word squad, and it's from my High Five stickers from American Crafts. And this is my favorite ones. You've seen them on almost every layout, or at least every layout share. I have at least one. So I was going to title this page Goals. And then when I saw squad, I thought, you know, this is all four of us and doing what we're supposed to be doing. Like, this is our, you know, in our jobs. And so I just thought Falcon Squad sounded really good. So that is all this is. I did intentionally leave this border, so it almost gave it like a sense of being matted. And of course, like I said, I intended on it being more red than pink, but that's okay. So I will take it. And just for the record, it says the dark side because my husband claims he is Darth Vader. So this is probably one of my most unique pages that I have ever created. And you're probably looking at it like, why? Because it's a circle with pictures in a circle. And I understand. So here's what is so unique about this page. This is while we're on the ride. And these are all the different things that we saw while on the ride. So through the window of the ship, this is what we're seeing out in the galaxy. And we go out on this adventure. We're going to go pick up this thing right here in this picture. And then we head back to where we started. And, you know, this, it's just like you go on the trip here. So, and then this is our final score and how much money we made. And so that does not seem all that fancy. There are 12 pictures in the circle, and I alternated them from the 2x3 to it's like a 2x2 or 2x2 1/4 or something. So I alternated it. There are 6 different pieces of cardstock or pattern paper, and then I did the same 6 this way. And so this is the storyline. So what makes this so different is these pictures are right side up. These pictures are upside down. I really didn't want to do another layout where they're all like this and like a little grid. I've done at least 2 or 3 of those with a button, like when I take a ton of little pictures like this. And I just did not want to do that again. So this is why it's different. This spins in the middle so that all the pictures can be right side up. I believe, now let me just put this disclaimer in there because I've not tried it. I believe if it is in my 12x12 paper, page protector, that from the top I could put my finger in here and spin like this. If not, that is fine. It can come out of the page protector, but I feel like because the corner of each picture is very close to the top, that could happen. And when it spins, the furthest it comes out on the side is just an itty bitty little corner. So I'm fairly certain that it would be fine. So yes, this is a little different, at least in my opinion. I've never done anything like that before. I just was looking for something different. So I took this star brad in my circle, found the middle, poked a hole with my little pokey, I don't know what you would call it, paper piercer. That's what it's called, paper piercer. One of the YouTubers I watch calls it a pokey tool. It's a paper piercer. And then I found the center of my light blue paper and poked a hole there as well. And then I put the brad through it, and it's taped on the back with some washi. And then I just decorated this. These two are obviously not attached to the back paper. They're just tucked in on here to add some more of the same dimension. And then I just did these red stars to bring in a new color. And there is some red in some of the pictures. Then I took my handy dandy homemade stencil, well, Cricut made, but, and I laid it around the corners. I kind of pulled this up like this, and then I have like a runoff piece of, like it's from, I think a paper pad or something. Yeah, it's from the cover of a paper pad. And as you can tell, I have used this a lot. And I just used a dark blue or royal blue ink pad to make the majority of these, and then I took a silvery colored one because I knew that it would pull. When I did it, the only colors on here were the blues and the golds, so I knew that it would pull a hint of that blue and a little of that yellowy color. So I just went around and did that all on the outside so that no matter where this was spinning, you would not see any like big gaps of empty space. So that is page number 2, and like I said, the most unique page that I have ever made. And then the third page that I made today, this was a throw it together. I did not plan this, it just kind of happened. Like I said, I've been making stencils, and I made some new ones today. I thought that I would get some new things made so that I could try some new stuff, because I was hoping to get some new inks today for my birthday, and I wanted to have some, sorry for the sound, I'm looking for the daggone stencils that I made today. So I made this stencil, once again on this lovely hot pink paper. I used this stencil and I put it on another page because I was just kind of testing things out to see what it would look like. So I laid this out on here, and I didn't want all of this up here above the stars to get covered in blue. So I just took this and tucked it under a little bit. And so when I sprayed to make this page, it left this void here, and then I did it again here and here with the stars and this little swirly pattern. So I really enjoyed that. And of course, there's always some spray off, and I did some other kind of stars in there too. So, and then I stencil printed where I had sprayed the stencil onto here in another page. I took this white strip of paper and just gently laid it on top and pushed down, and it pulls the excess ink off. And I thought, oh, that looks so cool. It's kind of faded. So I matted these pictures of the sites around the Smugglers Run ride. This is what you see while you're in line. And this is also the guy giving you instructions and some different things that you see around there. And then this is us listening to the guy give us instructions. And of course, I'm taking pictures of everything. And so I just put it all together on this page. This is also a stencil print where I had sprayed this stencil on here. I just laid this blue paper down to pick that up and then just matted this. The chewy paper is from the Cricut Star Wars paper. I just cut a 4-inch, I think it's 4 inches. Yeah, a 4-inch strip of it. There's not a lot of inking here, so I went ahead and just covered that space where it was kind of empty. And I'd put this here. I wasn't sure what I was doing here, and then I decided to put these pictures there. And then I knew I wanted to use this You're Never Too Old to Wish Upon a Star from my Echo Park Cut Apart, but I wasn't really sure like how I wanted to do that. But then I remembered when we were in line for the Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, my husband was standing there, and he's a serious, like, not goofy kind of guy unless he really wants to be, but Star Wars is like his thing. And so while we're standing in line, he started singing When You Wish Upon a Star, but he said When You Wish Upon a Death Star. And it was so funny. I wrote it down in my notes on my phone, which is what I did while we were at Disney. I took notes in the note department on my phone so I could remember things like that. And so I decided that I would title this You're Never Too Old to Wish Upon a Death Star. And then I wrote, just to explain it a little to anybody looking that I wasn't there to explain, I took this Han Solo sticker from the Dandelion sticker pack, and I just used it as a tag. Like, there's a whole sheet of them, of different characters. I just feel like they look like tags or journaling spaces. So I just wrote on here, while in line, and for Smugglers Run, James started singing When You Wish Upon a Death Star. So I put a little Death Star right here, and then I added the word death with one of my black zig pens, and then really that is all I did with this page. So yeah, so I used mixed media on all 3 pages. I'm loving it. I'm really excited about some new inks that I got and some new ideas that I have rolling around in my crazy brain. Obviously, if I can spin my scrapbook page, then, the sky's the limit, guys. We can do whatever we want with our pages, and, it's going to be fun. I am excited to try some new stuff tomorrow. I have some more Millennium Falcon pictures. I'm super excited about this picture of my daughter and her new friend. And so I think I have 3 more pages to do for the Millennium Falcon. 1, 2, 3. Nope, 4, 5. I have 5. Plus, I have 1 of just the Millennium Falcon itself, not just the ride. Yes, I know I've already scrapbooked pictures of the Millennium Falcon, but I can't help it. It's so cool. So, anyway, so that's all I've got today. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing some more mixed media. I've got some really cool stencils that I trimmed out of my Cricut today that I'm going to use some sprays on, and just do some more techniques, and maybe go to the store and buy some new colors too. So I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of the weekend. It is going into early on Sunday morning, August the 22nd. So tomorrow, or today really, Sunday, I'm going to spend the day at home and hanging out with family, and hanging out with this family too. Getting some more pages scrapbooked and just reliving the memories. So have an awesome Sunday, and hopefully you all come back for some more layouts, and maybe I'll do a layout process video too. So I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you get a chance to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.